Hey guys, happy Flower Friday. Today we are going to make a wrap bouquet with our subscription buckets. We had lots of people subscribe for wrap bouquets this week, so we figured why not show you how to do it. So let's check out what's in the bucket this week. So for your greens, you are going to have some really texturized grevillea. And then this really pretty accent green called Agonis. It has some burgundy tips on it, which is going to bring that nice fall feel. And I'm just laying everything out. It's usually easier to see all of the different ingredients when you're making a wrap bouquet. There is still a systematic way to do it, just like a vase bouquet, but this way we can have everything laid out so you can just grab. Sometimes in your bucket they get all tangled up. We do also have a little bit of salal. We have these really pretty metallic berries, some different fall mums, some buttons, and some pom-poms. We also have these really cool carnations. And then for our focal flowers, we have these pretty phoenix roses, some roseberry roses, some fuchsia spray roses, our hearts roses, some purple scabiosa, peach ranunculus, and some burgundy orchid blooms. Okay, so what I usually like to start out with is making sure all of my stems are nice and clean, all of my petals that might need to be discarded are removed, and then I get started on my greens. Your buckets should have most of the things cleaned off already, but you might just want to spot check them and pull off a petal or two. And then I like to line everything up. So I have my greens to my left with my berries. Those are the hardier stems. My mums, carnations, my roses, the spray roses right before the regular roses, and then we're gonna do the scabiosa, ranunculus, and orchids last. So I usually work left to right, and the whole time I am holding the bouquet in my hand. If you need to set it down, it's not gonna fall apart, but it's just best to hold it in your hand the whole time. So I like to start making a grid with my greens. The stems are usually pretty hardy with the greens, as you can see here. Now, a lot of your pieces are already broken up, but as you can see, this used to be a piece connected. And so we just snipped them up, making them all a nice usable length, cleaning off any stems at the leaves at the bottom of the stems. You want to have your stems nice and clean, so that way it's just easier to hold all in your hand as opposed to with all of this extra pieces. Okay, so I have my grevillea all spread out, and I'm going to put my agonis in here. You can add it last if you would like. It is an accent green, but some of the pieces like this one are pretty thick. So I'm just kind of evenly spreading it through the grevillea. Now when you're holding your bouquet in your hand, I usually try to tell people, make a vase out of your pointer finger and your thumb, and then you're going to use these other 3 fingers to kind of guide the stems. But you're just loosely holding it, so it's like a vase. They are crisscrossing, just like you would for a vase arrangement, and that's why you get this really nice spread. If you put everything vertical up and down, it gets really tight. So you want to make sure you're having that nice open spread. Okay, now we're going to start adding the flowers. So I usually like to, again, use my thicker stems. So I'm going to put my mums in first. I'm going to kind of tuck them in between my grevillea and my agonis and pulling the greens through, because again, you don't want everything to be so stiff and up and down. Okay, then we're gonna add these button mums, and I'm gonna put them in like a triangle formation. And then I'm going to take my spray roses. They have a nice thick stem as well, and they're pretty short. So these are going to be my shortest flower. It's going to be a nice fuchsia background for when we pop those roses right on top. Okay. Great, so we have a nice foundation. Then I'm gonna stick my carnations in there. They're gonna be longer, and it's best to have your stems all different lengths. It's gonna create depth. So I have my shortest here. These kind of trail in to be a little bit longer, and then my carnations are my longest. So this is creating some contrast because they're a little dark compared to the other flowers. All right, now we're gonna add these roseberries. I like to have them kind of complementing the spray roses, almost like a mama and babies. It just kind of pulls your eye through as opposed to it just having spots of fuchsia. Okay, and again, keeping that triangle, keeping crisscrossing, holding everything in that small circle, but look how it fans out. All right, then I'm gonna add some peach. So this is really gonna pump it up. I'm gonna set my phoenix roses a little bit lower, almost with my spray roses. So again, this is going to pull your eye down, and then when we add the ranunculus, it'll pull your eye back up. And you do want to be inserting them through and around. You don't want the greens to just stay in the middle. You're using them as like a grid. All right. Now we're gonna add these really pretty hearts roses. They're gonna have a nice, deep, juicy feel. I'm gonna put them towards the center, but I don't want them to be the same height. That'll look like kind of like eyes poking out at you. So one's gonna be a little bit taller than the other. Okay. Now we're going to add our ranunculus, and these are gonna be a little bit taller, pulling that nice peach through the arrangement. And see how it complements together. All right, keeping a triangle. Okay, now I did not prep this in advance. So your scabiosa do have these straws on them. You can keep them on there. It's gonna keep the neck nice and straight, but it's not really pretty. We kept them on there for transportation. We wanted to make sure your scabiosa got there safe. So with my spiraling, I'm going to set this guy down, and it's gonna stay intact. Things might shift a little bit, we can fix that. So with your straws, you're going to pop them off and peel. Just be gentle. Some of them are a little more sensitive than others. If the stem starts to bend like this guy, then just be very gentle and it'll come right out. Some of them you can just slip right off. All right, there we go. Now, carefully pick your arrangement back up. Again, holding it like it's in a vase. I think it's still intact. Might shift things a little bit. There we go. Okay, now my scabiosa is going to be protruding the farthest out. Get a little boing action going. And also too, it's gonna pull some of those deeper purples all the way to the surface. And keeping that triangle shape. We want it to stay nice and round. And if you need to switch hands as the arrangement grows, go for it. Okay, great. All right, now we're going to add our berries. So these have nice sturdy stems. So I'm gonna stick them on the outside, kind of holding everything together. Some of them are singles, which is great. You can spread them out. Should have a couple in your bucket. Great. And now we're going to add our orchids. So be very gentle. They bruise very easily, but we already put them on these sticks because obviously their little tiny stems couldn't fit all the way down to get a water source. So this way you can always add water tubes with tape and sticks to add some shorter stems into your bouquet. Which is fun because otherwise you probably wouldn't see an orchid in a bouquet. And I'm gonna have mine close together. You can have them on opposite sides. You can kind of pick that. All right. And then we're going to finish it off with just some salal around the edges because at this point our grevillea and aganas probably aren't protruding super far out, and we just kind of want to skirt it. It's going to make our bouquet just look a little more finished. Great. Now I have my raffia wire. I am going to lay my bouquet down and take my raffia wire underneath and just tie it right around it, really tight. Now, you don't want to snap any stems, so if you're super strong, maybe, hold back a little bit. But you do want it to be nice and sturdy. If it's a loose wire, see, like this is still a little too loose, these guys are flopping around. We don't want that. We want them to feel nice and secure. So, just cinch it up, keep twisting and tightening, and with your snips, you're going to cut that. Okay, now we have our beautiful bouquet, and since it was laying on the table, it got a little flat. So, I'm just going to insert my hand in here and lightly, very lightly, shake it out. Shake it out. Okay, there we go. Now, for the finishing touches from here, see how my stems are all different sizes? We want to trim them all to be about the same size, as close as possible. That way, when we go to put it in a vase, maybe we have another water source, we want to make sure all of the flowers are going to be able to receive water. If I were to stick it in a vase right now, before trimming anything, some of the stems are quite a bit longer. So these little baby stems aren't going to be able to drink anything. And we want all of them to be able to. Now, once everything is a nice, even length, you can make it all pretty by wrapping it. Not only does wrapping it make it look finished and complete, like a nice gift, but it also is going to protect your flowers during transportation. You're going to lay your fabric or your paper out. This type of paper has a wax on it, which is really nice. It helps to hold in the water. So you're going to have it wax side up. Lay your beautiful bouquet down. And I like to lay it down so that way there is a peak. See the peak right here? That's gonna create a nice cone shape. And I'm almost holding it diagonal to this long rectangle. Then I'm going to take it from this peak to this peak, fold it up. I am going to take this inside corner and fold it and pull my hand upward. So it's tight at the bottom, wide at the top. Again, with this other corner, it's tight and pulling up and over. And then I'm just gonna do two simple, and you can straighten this out so your paper looks nice. Two little staples. Take my ribbon, wrap it around the bottom, give it a nice cinch. A simple little bow. And you can keep your tails nice and long if you want. I'm gonna trim them back, and I like to make my loops as even as I can. Just looks more finished. Okay. And then you have a nice, beautiful bouquet that you can send to your loved one. Happy Friday.